Oh yes. Finally. Fast and Furious Supercharged has been on my list of must-dos ever since I dipped deep into the theme park fandom back in 2018. I had heard so much about this ride, knowing that it's based off a section of a tram tour at Universal Studios Hollywood. And I also know that people say that the best thing about this ride is the queue. I'll always remember seeing this show building on my trip in 2018, with it only being a month away from opening. I wondered what was to be, and what was to come. Very quickly, I did go to one of the rides that was replaced here, called Disaster, a motion picture starring you or something. It's basically a ride where you get to be superimposed into a film and then get to experience some practical effects in person. I didn't write this in the script, I just remembered this now. Moving on. To begin, why the hell was the wait for this ride so high? I had heard so much bad stuff about it, but at one point it was pushing 90 minutes. I think I got a screenshot of that, or near enough that. Jesus Christ! Anyways, I did the single rider line for the first time I rode this ride. This does have a virtual line, by the way, too, if you ever need to use it on a busy day. And the single rider line is very plain. I should mention, I don't know if I have yet, when you do express or single rider, you don't actually go through the normal queue. You either skip it altogether, or you get like a tiny snippet of what the queue is. For example, with The Mummy, you get the setup and the transition from set to spooky place, but you miss a lot of the key details that make the ride more fulfilling. With Rip Ride Rocket, it's just more stairs, got that ride, and Fast and Furious, it starts out good. Dom's iconic dodge is here to view within spitting distance. You're invited to check out the Universal app for things to do in line. I really wish I did that just to see what was even on the app. And then a massive hallway. There was a wall of keys at the end of the massive hallway, which gets mentioned in the normal queue. So that's nice. But yeah, I rocked up on my own, in my own line, ready to meet the family. We are stepping onto a big bus named the Party Bus, fitted with all of the neon your favourite French filmmaker could want. You drive off and, well, here is my instant reaction as I got off of the ride. Yeah, I gotta ride that again. I need to see what was going on. That's something else. That is something else. That is something else. Oh my god. I wanted to go through the real queue this time, take in as much as I could, as... man, I was lost for words. Ironically, we actually skipped part of the queue as it was pretty much a walk-on at that point. But yeah, it was an alright queue. Loads of cool cars if that's your thing, plenty to look at. Yeah, it's alright. Load up is on screens dotted around the line, something I didn't actually notice at the time, saying that he's got party buses lined up for us, for a party that'll be one for the history books. Sure. And that we should head into the break room. We enter said room of breaking, where we are greeted by one of two pre-shows. Okay, let me begin. If you watch a ride through online now versus when this ride first opened, you will notice something. The tone of the team members with you in the room. They are there to communicate with actors on screen, who, by the way, just recorded shit on their phones. The thing is, the dialogue and the story overall is absolute pants. So if you write it today, the team members are just ripping into the footage. Basically playing it off as an in-joke.
The rides are ready to roll out and roll out in style.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get these people on their way. Send them over to the war room.
You got it, Tess.
The rides are ready to roll out and roll out in style.
Nice.
All right. I'll let Dom know. You guys have fun at the party.
Bye, Mia.
Bye, Mia. I love you.
Pat.
Okay.
Mia, I think that's her name, you try and remember 5 Fast and Furious characters by name, says that Dom has won himself another car, and that this isn't the break room, but the family room. Cute. Load up! Joins the call to say the buses are ready and that we should move on to the next pre-show room. Now, shout out to the dude who I had next. He was great, playing to the room as well as the video. He gave me a few proper good laughs. Universal will give that man and everyone else a raise.
The FBI's about to raid your location.
What? Hold on, man, they always ruining our fun.
It gets worse. They're leading Owen Shaw right to your door.
We go through more phone video calls, and the one and only Dominic Toretto via voice call informs us that the FBI and Owen Shaw, bad guy from Fast 7? Fast 8? One of them is on his way to the party. Turns out they tracked us down through our mobile phones. So Rock the Dwayne Johnson himself calls in and tells us to turn them off. We rock up once again to the party bus. This time I'll take you through what happens. And there's a surprise at the end that made this ride just... We drive off, and The Rock comes up and makes a 69 joke.
And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
He mentions that he is now the man in charge, but who was in charge before? And you know what I just noticed as I write this section? This clip is taken directly from the other ride in Hollywood. Now, there's nothing wrong with reusing stuff, not at all. But that line works in the context of the tram tour. If you don't know, at the Hollywood Park, you can take a guided tour of screen-used sets and do some experiences like King Kong and the Fast and Furious thing. The Rock, in that case, is taking over the tour guide, if I remember rightly. So, who is he taking over from here? We are already a few seconds in and I already have questions. He says someone here is part of witness protection or something, and Owen Shaw wants them? Okay, sure. I've heard worse ride setups before. You drive through a garage with very cool looking cars, as for the third frickin' time you are told to turn off your phone. And on our right is... Oh dear. The FBI messes up the party, as Tyrese comes out to earn a paycheck. Dom comes up on a truck for some reason, The Rock comes up and makes a dick joke while smiling at us. Tyrese, or Roman, then takes a call, which gives us away. Then, for the fourth fucking time, you are told to shut off your phone. And what begins is 90 odd seconds of PS2 era graphics, blown up on two massive screens, and depending on where you sit, a terrible view. I was sat right at the back both times, and my view was god-awful. I was also sat, presumably by the jets that spray out the air and water, as I got a fair bit of water on me, as well as air blasted in my ears. This ride is fucking terrible, but unlike Jimmy Fallon, which is painfully bland, there is so much to dissect and break down from this ride. This is truly a work of art to me. This is what people like me hunt for, the cream of the crop, the top tundra of turd, the almighty, the... so bad, it's good. Dom jumps off his car and becomes the size of a helicopter. Perfection. Everything on screen has motion smoothing on it, uncohesive storytelling and blocking, and I really cannot tell what the fuck is going on. The fact that we are in Orlando, yet we're in Hollywood now, the general terrible visuals, and remember that wind I mentioned? It'll be in your ears so much that you cannot hear crap. The fact that it ends pretty much as soon as it starts, the terrible ride or die line at the climax. And do you want to know what made this experience perfect for me? Pretty much the sole reason I wanted to make this video, besides talking to others who actually care about this weird hobby too. The ride broke down on me, and in the funniest way. I am so happy I got my phone out. So on the second go round, we drove into the pre-show like normal, but it was odd. There was no on-ride videos of The Rock making r/funny jokes. The Pepper's Ghost Effect dances weren't there. There was nothing. It was then I got out my phone, and from there I want the younger version of me to take it from here. You can't see it, but oh my god, I think the ride's broken down, yes. Are we just going to be here for the length of the ride? Woo! No. Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you. Oh shit, we're moving, yes.
Attention partygoers. As a reminder for everyone's safety, please remain fully seated at all times.
What?
This includes any children being in their own seat. Again, remain seated for your safety. Thank you.
Oh my god, yes. We just went through the whole ride and it didn't work. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. I got that all on footage. Yeah! Yeah!
Please remain fully seated.
Yep. It didn't work. So I then went and spoke to someone who I won't play the audio of, as probably an invasion of privacy right there. But he basically said in his own way, shit happens. But I was having none of that. I'm British after all. So I spoke to the dude at the front of the ride. He really wasn't willing to budge, but a lovely older couple came up who were annual pass holders, and also complained. I was calm and nice. They weren't as kind or considerate. We managed to get a supervisor out, and I got a single-use express pass, that of which I used in Islands of Adventure Next Door. So be sure to subscribe for that park's video to see how I made use of this lovely gift from the family. Or not. Totally up to you. This ride is something that has to be experienced. You are missing out if you don't ride Fast and Furious Supercharged at Universal Studios Florida. The ride was perfect. I cannot wait to ride the other version one day and compare the two in a 4-hour video essay. Please, ride it for me. For family.